How you guys doing today? I am Webtoon King, and today I'll be giving my opinion on why Fairy Tail is a useless garbage piece of you know what of a show. And before I start talking about the bad thing about Fairy Tail, I'll be going over the good things about Fairy Tail. And the only good thing about Fairy Tail is Loxus, because Loxus is the only well-ruined character in the whole show because he's the only character I know that doesn't win by like the power of friendship. And because of that, I love him because every character in Fairy Tail I hate with a passion because of that. Because every fight, this is how every fight starts off. Is where Elsa's getting her ass whooped at the beginning of the fight, or Lucy. I don't even know about Lucy. Lucy is just there to be like a Sakura for this show, and Wendy's just there to get her ass whipped too. And that's how the fights begin, right? And then they start having a Naruto flashback, or you know how anime characters start having flashbacks, but they do it worse here because every fight is like this. They start having flashbacks about their friends, blah blah blah, power of friendship. They start giving this speech, and then I start rolling my eyes into the back of my head, and then out of nowhere they start making up these powers that, like, how you losing, like getting your ass whooped, and then you turn Super Saiyan and just win the fight. Like, you don't get help, you just win the fight. That's one of the reasons I hate Fairy Tail. And Luxus is the only character they don't really do that too much with. Like, I don't remember. I know there is, but I don't remember ever seeing that happening with Luxus. And he's a really honest character, just like me. Like, I love that he tells people how it is. Like, he was, even though it was his fault too. He told Lucy when they first got attacked that it was her fault that they got attacked because they were looking for her. And while people see that as he doesn't have a right to say that, I see as, is he a dickhead for saying that? Yes, but he was speaking the truth. Like, to be honest, he said what was true. Like, if you take all your feelings out of the equation and just go with the statement, it's true. Now, she could have went back at him for saying, she could have been like, yo, you didn't do anything. The guild was getting attacked, your guild mates were getting attacked, and you were just sitting there. But no, she was just sitting there looking at him and like, jerk. Like, that's all she does. She do, she's useless. Like I said at the beginning of the video, she's a Sakura of Fairy Tail. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I hate all the main characters. First, start off with Lucy. Like I said, Lucy is useless. Elsa, to me, she's the most overhyped character in anime. Like, everywhere I go, everybody's like Elsa this, Elsa this, Elsa this. But she's to me, she's overhyped. Wendy, to me, is the most useless dragon slayer in the whole fairy tale. Like, and Gray, I hate Gray because he's always competing with Nasu, but it's proven that he's nowhere near as skilled as Nasu. Like, nowhere near. And I guess I'll be going over the moments I hate in Fairy Tail now. Remember, you guys remember when the Sabretooth Guild Master got beat by, not really beat, but kind of got a couple hits from Natsu because it took Happy away from him. And I really hate that moment because that really proved my point about power of friendship this, power of friendship that. And I really hate that because if I told you the same dude made Rave Master, you would tell me to jump off the 30-story building because you wouldn't believe this is true. That I have to be joking. And another moment I hated was it's not what I hate, it's more like who I hate. What's his name? Makarov, the guild master of Fairy Tail. Now, it's not because he's weak. He's a cool character, but my problem is he died like 7 to 20 times already in the show, but they keep bringing him back. He's like all the scary, like in the scary movie where they keep doing these jump scares to try to scare people for no reason. That's him. He's like people in The Walking Dead that keep dying and coming back. Now I can make this a 20-minute video, but I don't want this video to start sounding like a rant, even though it already does. So I'm gonna give up this conversation before my head start going to dark places. So please sub and like this video, and that's it. I don't know why I did this to myself. Also, before I forget, I know I'm a bullshit the fuck out of the name, but Spirit Gun 12, the commanders of Zereth, every single fight except the one Loxus fought was bullshit. Like, every single fight was won basically by the power of friendship.